Hello everybody, I'm Alicia from Adventures of Stitching, and this is floss tube number 9, and I'm so glad that you're back and I'm back, and we're going to talk about some stitching today. I have a normal update for February and then some March goals and a couple starts, and so let's just get into it. I want to thank everyone who shouted me out on their channels. I believe the 20-Minute Stitcher, Julia in Stitches, I'm trying to think. There's a couple others. The Budget Stitcher and Stitching on the Rock. Thank you guys so much, and everybody just go and check out their channels. They're super fun. Love all the different projects. And so yeah, let's get right into it. I guess I'll start with my starts. So I started a Mirabilia. Where did it go? Here it is. It's my first Mirabilia and first fancy lady, and I started her on my birthday. It's Lady of the Mist. Yeah, Lady of the Mist. I made this my Stitch Daily 30, and also March, I think it's hashtag March with Mira, Amanda in Stitches, and I decided that March needed some fancy lady stitching. So if you have one, join right in with us on Instagram. So here's how far I've gotten. And since this is a new start, let me just put my notebook behind it. There we go. I'd say I got a pretty good start on that since you've seen it. I did this week. This is her arm. And then I've kind of been working on this. Actually, this morning I did that part. This is extremely difficult for me to stick to 30 minutes. So I kind of broke the rules. It's become like a Stitch Daily 60 or 90. This is a mystery fabric. I believe it's the 32 count just from the sizing that is happening here. It's gorgeous fabric, and I want to thank Hannah Dowling for her suggestion on which Mirabilia would look the best on this fabric, and you are a genius. It's perfect. Like every time I pull it out, I'm like, oh, I love these greens and blues on this lavender fabric. I love it so much. So she's actually a lot more fun than I thought she would be. Like, I was a little bit wary on how I would feel about it, but it's been stitching up really fun. Not necessarily quickly, because it's my first one. The symbols are foreign to me, so I don't know which color goes with which symbol, but I've heard that it gets easier when you get to know it. So yeah, that's first start. Here it is. My second new start was on February 24th for Suki, the Brown Eyed Stitcher's birthday. A whole bunch of us got this pattern. It's Home in the Mountains from Golden Kite, and it's Rivendell from Lord of the Rings. And the hashtag that she came up with her daughter is Suki Made Me LOTR, which is short for Lord of the Rings. And you can do any Lord of the Rings pattern that you have or that you want to start. So I started kind of in a unique place. I started in the lower right corner. I'm doing like a sideways royal rose. So basically, instead of two 100 blocks that are vertical, I'm going horizontal. And what I'm doing is I'm parking above if that color is being used in that next one, just because I'm lazy and I don't want to keep installing new threads if it's just going to be used in the one above it, which I know that kind of breaks the Royal Rose rules, but it's my project. I guess I can do what I want. And then if it's not used immediately, I park over to the side, and I'm going to work my way up to the top, and I haven't figured out yet if I'm going to go from the top down in the next column or again from the bottom to the top. It probably depends on my mood, but Angie told me to start over here because I'll get to the fellowship on the bridge quicker. So that should be pretty fun. I think this is 500 stitches. I don't have stats in front of me as per usual, Alicia fashion. I'm gonna try to put all the numbers and everything when I edit later, because I actually feel like I do it better if I edit it in than try to remember it as the moment happens. So when I put pictures in, you'll get the numbers thrown up there. So if you are curious about that, go ahead and glance up from your stitching when I'm talking about the project, because that's when you'll be seeing my side-by-side pictures and my stats. So if you're curious about it, cool. If you're not, then you don't even have to worry about the numbers, because I'm not going to be talking about them. Unless it's like a milestone, you know, like if I hit a fun number. So let's see, Rivendell is going to be like a project that I'm going to throw in March as and when I feel like it. I got some blend, because it uses 80 blend, so I got I got these little thread chips from Adam Hart Cross Stitch. I'll try to put the link to her website below, but she created these floss chips that have 2 holes for 2 different colors, and then another hole for when you put your blend on, and then there's another one I think if you want to put it on a ring or something. So super handy. Those just came in today. Again, I don't have them in front of me, so I can't show them to you because I just sat down and started filming. So I guess this is gonna be the lazy me that you see. So anyways, that's exciting because I kind of have been holding off. I've been hitting more blends that it's called for, and I didn't want to put them in and take them out and blah blah blah, so I needed those floss chips really bad. So I'm really glad that they came early. They were actually supposed to come in another few days, but they came here today, so I was really excited to see that. I guess I will show my next thing, because what made that start possible was Leanne from Small Town Stitches. She had some 28 count fabric and 25 count fabric that she didn't like. She didn't like how the stitching felt and looked. So I love both of those. So I was like, hey, I'll buy that off of you. That way you don't have to eat the cost and all that. And she surprised me and sent me a project bag that she made. So thank you so much, Leanne. This is my first handmade real project bag, and it's going to be housing my new start in April, the Shire painting. Again, it's another Lord of the Rings, and we're starting that. I think we've been talking about April 1st, but it could be changed by the time we get there, but I'm really excited. So that project's going to be going in here because I bought the pattern with Leanne and she enabled me for that. And Rainy from Rainy Day Reads is also doing it, and I think there are a couple others. Nikki Stitchy might be joining us. So thank you, Leanne. I love it, and I figured out now why you asked what my favorite colors are. So I finally put those two together. It's been a couple weeks and I was like, oh, that's why she asked. And then the next thing, oh my goodness, Rainy got me a pattern for my birthday from Heaven and Earth Designs, and she got me the Leonid Afromov, which if you want to see the chart stitched up, Holly from My Daily Hades, she's also on FlossTube and on his Instagram, and she's about 12% in on this pattern. And I also got the mini, the one that Rainy got me, and thank you so much, Rainy. I love it, and it's gonna be a hard thing for me to resist starting, although I have so many starts now. I really do need to hold off, so I gotta pace myself a little bit here. It's only March, so whoa, hold your horses. So, oh, the other thing I wanted to say about that is Rainey asked me what she should stitch on my birthday, which I thought was so sweet. I was like, that is a really unique, cool idea to make someone feel special that, you know, they get to tell you what to stitch that day. And I told her to stitch on her Afrimov piece, so that just makes sense that that's the one she picked out of my list. So thank you, Rainey, and I'm pretty sure I put the picture up already, but if not, you can go look at Holly's because it's the same one. She's the one that made me go, I want to do that one. It's got more blues in it. It's beautiful, just beautiful. So I think that's all my new stuff. I'm starting Church for All Seasons. Angie from Angie Slowly Crafts, she said she was starting it for her birthday, which is March 26th, and I could not resist. I was like, I have to stitch that. It's beautiful. It's so pretty. I can't wait. So I'm counting down the days to that new start. If you want to join on in. I don't think it's I don't think we're making a big deal out of it. We're all just starting it. I think there's, again, several of us starting, so we're getting on that bandwagon with you, Angie. It's gonna be fun. And so with that, and then the Shire coming up in April, I believe. Oh no, I also got, in the Haid sale, I wasn't gonna get anything, but my husband woke me up the other day and he was like, I would love it if you could stitch me The Last Supper. And I was like, really? Like, I just woke up, I haven't had coffee yet, and I'm already like, I've started so many things. Well then, with the fact that the Haid sale happened, I was like, it's just meant to be. All right, I'll do it. So it's the Story Keep, and it's based off of the Leonardo da Vinci painting, and it's actually the unrestored, so it's the aged version. And so it's so cute. It's gonna be 450 stitches long, but only 85 stitches tall. So it's gonna be like 15 inches. If I do it on 25 count, it's gonna be 15 inches by 3 inches. I'm just like, it's gonna be so cute. So I'm gonna start that as soon as I can. I might put it off though, because it being the time of year that it is, it'll be close to when the Last Supper should have happened in relation to Easter. So I might put it off a little bit. But we'll see. It's gonna be like 40,000 stitches, and since it's like the first thing I've been commissioned to do, I might actually throw that into a forefront, like maybe I'll replace my Mirabilia and do that as a daily 30. I have a feeling it'll go pretty quickly because you can easily just go whoop all the way across like in a page. But we'll see. Like, it's hard because I have the fabric, thank you Leanne, and I have the pattern, so hopefully I put the pattern up, and I'm pretty sure I have the floss because I'm only like 60 colors away from a full DMC set, so working off of that makes new starts happen so much easier, which might be a bad thing for me because I can tell I'm not one of those people that can have like 100 whips. I think it would stress me out. I do love seeing progress. Not necessarily a finish, although those are great. I'm not going to be pushing for finishes for everything, but I love progress. So I like having enough variety that I'm not bored, but I do think I need to keep that whip count down as low as I can. I mean, it's just so fun to start things though. But we'll see. Only time will tell, right? I'm sure many of you guys said the same thing, and then you're like, well, that was 40 whips ago. But that's all. It's all fine. It's good. It's fun. As long as you have the money for it, no harm, no foul. Okay, finally, I really think that was it. That was all the preliminary stuff. So we're on to I guess what I got done in February, what I worked on. I'm not sure if you guys watched my whip parade, but you'll probably see a couple of these things in the same spot as they were in my whip parade because it was in between monthly progress. So for instance, The Grand Library by Amy Stewart, it's Supersize Max Color from Heaven and Earth Designs. It was my Wheel of Stitches spin, so I spun 1,500 stitches and Angie selected The Grand Library for me. So I did that and 300 more. So here's that. This is on 28 count. It's 2 over 1/10 stitch. And I have been working across this row. And then when that's done, I'll come down here and do that, and that'll complete the first 3 pages. And then I will go and start over here and work across. After that, I will move over a scene. So I do kind of want to go bookshelf by bookshelf. I think that will be the most satisfying for me. So let's see. There was something that popped up that I didn't notice until I was done. Oh, this one. This is a butterfly. I don't know if you can see that. That was so much confetti and it was so random. I was like, what is this? And then it was the next day and I was 3 feet away from it and I go, oh, that's a butterfly. So that was really fun. It's really fun when you start seeing those objects pop up. It's not just like a bunch of random colors and shading. This is fun. I should do this more. I should pull it out more because it's so large. 750,000 stitches. I originally had the goal to get to 5 or 10. No, I originally wanted to get to 10%. Basically do 10% every year. I'm at 2.5% right now, and I started this in June. So I don't think I'll get to 10%, which means it's gonna be, if I keep doing that, it's gonna be longer than a 10-year project. I'm not necessarily mad about that until I think about how old I'll be 10 years from now, and if it's still not done, I don't know. So again, the more starts that I start, the more projects I start, the farther that gets pushed off. So I don't know. My next project is a Dimensions kit. It's Star Wars. Instead of showing the hard copy, I'm gonna just insert a picture because it won't have glare on it. The goal for February was to stitch on this for 8 hours, and I did that. And I got the title done and the back stitching. So again, this one was probably in my WIP parade. I don't have anything. Oh well. I'll just double it up. There. So that was satisfying. That was pretty fun. I knew I didn't want to put off all the back stitching because that was a lot. It was a lot of car stitching actually. So it was really easy. I didn't actually even really have to count that much. So it basically spoke for itself. And then this way, the next time I work on it, I can actually do the like picture stitching, and I'm gonna do the lower page on this side and then I'll go up. So I basically have this quadrant done and then the title, and then I have like another 2.5 pages to go. And this is, I should have looked it up. This is a SAL that Elisa from E-Crafting in Colorado, she started a dark fabric SAL, and I think it's like the dark side of stitching or something like that. It was perfect for me because I'm doing Star Wars and it's black fabric. So I'm using the kit fabric, kit floss. Then the next one had a similar goal. It's Simple Pleasures by Chris Dunn from Pain Free Crafts. And I had 8 hours that I wanted to stitch on this, but I actually got kind of bored and burnt out because I'm doing extreme cross country. So it's just one color, and I got a little bogged down. So I only got 2 hours in on this. But this is the, I can't even remember what I was working on. I think I did a lot of this, which again was part of why I burnt out on it. It was a lot of counting and double counting and triple counting because I did not want to put them in the wrong place. I can't even tell. I think this might be the couch or coffee table or something, but you'll be able to tell once you see the pattern up. It's so cute, and I know I'm gonna love it once I get that first color in. It's just 14,000 stitches, so it'll be a while. Another one I want to work on more. And let's go ahead and get this one out of the way. I realized I forgot to do my show my temperature tree on my Whip Parade and probably my last floss tube, so I'll show it to you now. I am caught up to February. I have not done any March days yet, and I'm doing the Ohio colors. Even though I'm here in Florida, I'm only here for a couple months, so I thought it would be more cohesive if I followed that state the whole year. So Ohio has strange weather. It's very temperamental. Like one day it can be 75, the next day 23 and snowing and icing and all of that, and then it goes back up to 60 that next day. So it's amazing what it can do. So these yellows are when it got real hot, the greens are a good comfortable warm, blues are cold, and then the purples and pinks are really cold. I can't remember if the purpley pink is warmer than the light pink or if the light pink is warmer, but either way you get the idea. It's random, very random. Like that's just January and February. Ugh. It's funny. But that one's fun, and I was doing each leaf every day, but I stopped doing that pretty quickly, and I did, I'm averaging working on it once a week, so I'll just catch up 7 leaves at a time. That has been working out nicely. It only takes like 10-20 minutes to do all 7, and then you're good to go. And let's see, we'll do this one's kind of a surprise. I haven't posted this on Instagram yet. I don't know why. I just always worked on it when I didn't have my phone with me, or it was dead, or it was just too late at night and I didn't want to take any pictures. So this one has gotten the most progress, and it wasn't even called for a goal. So this is, sorry guys, I haven't even said what it is. This is Mini Blue-Eyed Tiger from Artisy, and I'm doing this with Irene from Stitches in the Tropics. And I am 16% just about done with this. The goal is 20%. I want to hit, well, I was wanting to finish this year, but I think I want to do, get it to 50% by the end of the year. So this will just be the one that I'll bring out. But as I worked on it just this last month, I finished the top royal row. I think I was in here, and there's so much confetti in the white shades. I don't know if you can see. So many different colors, especially in here too. It was just like, that slowed me down. But I got all the way across the top, and then I started over here, and I did another royal row. This is on 18 count, and it's 2/1 full cross. It's about 40,000 stitches. And what's fun is his eyes are like right here. So I think I'll be working on those in this row, and they're blue. I can't wait. I cannot wait. That one's been fun. So I basically am just gonna work on that as I feel like it, and try to just knock those percentages out, get some progress. So the next one is my It Is Well pattern from Big Toe Designs, or My Big Toe Designs. I got all the words done, and I'm working on the top border right now. And I'm gonna run out of floss if I hurry up, and I'll have to finish it when I go back to Ohio in a couple months. But I love how it looks. I love the subtlety. It's so pretty. It shows up better in real life. I know I say that every time. And I did this as a sal with Tara from One Stitch at a Time. She finished hers in around Christmas time. And Rainy from Rainy Day Reads, she's still working on hers as well. And if she wants to, she could beat me, because I'm sure she has all her floss with her. Right, Rainy? The next one is God Shed His Grace, and it's by Abraham Hunter from Artisy. And this was my New Year, New Start with Angie from Angie Slowly Crafts, and then a whole bunch of others joined in. We are using the hashtag God's Grace Sundays, and we try to work on this every Sunday, but also you can work on it any day of the week. Like, I skipped last Sunday, so I made up for it on, what was that, Wednesday, Thursday? And I hit 4% and 5,400 stitches. And I got a page 1 complete. So in here is 1 complete page that's finished. This one's been so fun. It's super satisfying. I get to just stitch wherever I want. Being conscious of trying to fill in upper areas or outer areas, working my way down and in. I don't want it to get too patchy. Like, for instance, the next time I pick it up, I'll probably fill in this area and work my way out, and then I'll start back at the top or over here and work that way. So this is on 25 count, 2 over 1 tent stitch, and I believe that's all I have to say about that. I just love Abraham Hunter. His artwork is my favorite so far. So I think that completes everything that I worked on in February. I guess March goals is next. I spun the wheel for Wheel of Stitches, and I spun 850 stitches, and let's see. Yeah, Angie selected my Pain Free Crafts SAL from 2022. It was a mystery SAL, which isn't a mystery anymore because it's over. And it is based off of Chris Dunn's artwork, and it's a bunch of different scenes from Wind in the Willows. I don't have it with me right now, but I will give it to my next floss tube, or I'll add it to my next floss tube because I will have worked on it. It will have fractionals and back stitching, and I don't know if 850 stitches will get me too far. Hopefully I can get a little more than that in, but I'm glad that that's a lower goal because of the fractionals. But it's gonna be Mr. Toad, part 3 out of 11. It's huge. If you've seen it, you know. Then I decided that, just randomly, that my oldest whip was getting neglected, and it's my Cinderella piece, the Disney Dreams kit by Thomas Kincaid, and I was feeling a little bit guilty, so I put out a poll on Instagram to see if anyone would join me in doing an Oldest Whip Wednesdays SAL, so hashtag Oldest Whip Wednesdays, and it's just any goal that you have in mind, just jump in whenever you want. I know some of you are having to do it in April. Totally fine. I even did it a week after I posted about it, so there might be a couple that started before me. and there are a couple that forgot and they get to start later. So it's just super easy. It's gonna be ongoing, probably forever, because we're always gonna have an oldest WIP even if you only have one WIP. So I did 300 stitches on mine. That was my goal and I reached it. I don't know if that will always be my goal, but for this week it was. So I'll show you what I did first. I did these 3 blocks here. And I'm used to Pattern Keeper, and I was kind of whining about this being a paper pattern, but honestly, it's not that big of a deal. Like, it just takes a little bit more concentration, but the way that I'm working it, it's a lot easier because those threads are already there ready for you. You're only having to worry about 100 stitches in there, so even if you miss one, you can go back pretty easy. So this is actually, if I have it unveiled enough, I don't feel like taking it out of the hoop, honestly. So yeah, that's how far. Once I get across here and fill that in, I'd say I'm 50% of the way. So right now I might be 30, maybe. So that'll be fun. I'll be able to work on it a few times each month, and it's not too big of a commitment, you know, just try to get at least 1 stitch in on a Wednesday. Or I was talking to Stephanie from the On Point Stitcher. She's on FlossTube and Instagram. She missed it, and she says Wednesdays are very busy for her, and I totally relate to that. Go ahead and stitch any day that you want, and then maybe just upload the picture on Wednesdays, or upload it whenever you want and just use the hashtag Oldest WIP Wednesdays. It's like, over time, no one's gonna notice that it wasn't on a Wednesday. Like, we don't have time for that. That kind of, I don't know, regimented rule. So yeah, my goals: March with Mira, hashtag March with Mira from with Amanda and Stitches. Do your Mirabilia as much as you can in March, and then Oldest WIP Wednesdays, and I will be doing 850, hopefully more than, stitches on Pain Free Crafts Stitch Along. And then I'll just fit in Rivendell whenever I can and Tiger whenever I can. Stay on track with my temperature tree from Stitchin' Mommy. She's got a shop with the pattern, with other patterns. She has 4 or 5 of them out now, I think, that are temperature related. So if you don't want to do the tree, there's a Quaker, there's some for cats or dogs, like pet related. So that's pretty fun. And check out her channel too if you aren't aware. She's got an amazing, she has an amazing way of organizing all of her stitching. Like, it's so well thought out. I'm like, wow, I wouldn't be able to have everything organized like that. So it's really fun to listen to. It's like you get ideas and you can soak it in and hope that you can be that organized when you grow up. But yeah, she's fun. And I believe that is everything. I don't think I'm missing anything. So I hope you guys have a great March. I might be back before the end of March. I might not. It'll be a big mystery for you and for me. We are having really warm weather here in Florida, and I want to send my sunshine to all of you who just got blizzards and tornadoes, and I hope you are all safe. I was keeping up with it all because I do have a home in Ohio, so I was a little bit concerned about that, but it seems like the worst of it was further west. So anyways, I love you guys, and I hope to see you soon, and come follow me on Instagram, and we'll just continue the party on there as often as you want. Love you. Bye.